Hello, Mr. Gupta. Welcome to YourPedia. Let's start your snap interview on the subject power system for your HAL interview preparation, right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Gupta, can you introduce yourself?
So I'm I'm Anshuman Gupta from Lucknow. I have done my schooling from Rai Lakshmibai School, Lucknow itself, and I have completed my B.Tech Bachelor of Technology in Electrical Engineering from NITIE Patna. And my major project, my internship, I have done 3 months internship, summer internship in 765 kV substation Unnao Kanpur. And my hobbies, I love to travel.
Okay, fine. So, what are your interested areas in power system?
So you can ask any question.
Okay,
Whole
fine.
subject is
Yeah,
interesting.
whole subject. Fine. What is a line isolator?
What is a
Line isolator.
like sir? It is a no load device. After the on off circuit breaker, it just increases the clearance.
Okay. So, what is the purpose of line isolator?
So to increase the clearance, as we know that E equals to V by L. So like as the length increases, E will decreases. So like breakdown will not occur.
What is E?
Electric field.
Okay, electric field. Fine. See, for which current rating relay has to be designed? For minimum fault current rating or for maximum fault current rating?
So minimum fault current rating.
Why it is so?
So because as we uh, so why it is so relay are designed on the minimum current rating. So I'm not able to get it recall right now.
Okay, fine. Sir, for what fault current rating the circuit breaker has to be designed? Circuit breaker design?
Some for what fault current rating? High
Circuit
fault
break
current rating.
minimum fault current or maximum fault current?
Maximum.
Maximum. Why it is so?
Uh, so uh, like the reason behind it, I am not able to recall. But जहाँ तक मुझे पता है कि रिले also I'll get it. Like I'll
Okay, fine.
study about it.
What is the difference between neutral, ground, and earth?
So difference between earthing and neutral grounding.
Yeah.
So in earthing, like we uh, uh, discharge the charge on the surface to the earth, so that the people get in touch will not get shock. And in neutral grounding, we ground the neutral so that in a single phase loading, uh, like if does not we if we not ground the neutral, then the phase voltage of other two during the fault, the phase voltage of other two unfaulted line will be equals to line voltage, like it will be increased by 73%. So it
So it is called
will
as what?
like
That phenomenon is called as what?
this phenomena is called as I have studied it. Uh, arc, maybe arcing.
Okay, fine.
So
See, which generator is mostly used for the purpose of power generation in India? Worldwide?
so which generator is
Mostly used, sir. Which generator is
turbo
mostly used? For,
turbo alternator.
okay. What does it mean by turbo?
Turbo means thermal based.
Okay, fine. So you mean to say alternator is mostly used, means synchronous generator, right?
Yes, sir.
Why we are not using induction generator?
So because speed will be maybe variable, and we want at 50 hertz, so
Fine.
that's why.
If you go to wind power generation, there
Yes, sir.
the wind speed is not constant.
Yes.
Whereas if you want to use synchronous generator, it is a constant speed generator. So there
Yes.
a synchronous generator may not work. Then what generator you are going to use? Synchronous generator or induction generator? in the wind generating station?
So there we will use induction generator.
Then how we are going to connect that one to the grid? So we are connecting all our incoming machines and loads to the grid, to a common point called grid. How you are going to connect your induction generator to the grid? Is it possible to connect directly induction generator to the grid?
No, sir, it will demand the reactive power, so it is not possible to directly connect to the grid.
Why it will demand
Like
reactive power?
it is possible, but we have to give the capacitor bank or like something that will give the reactive power to the induction
So
generators.
if I give capacitor bank, can I connect directly my induction generator to grid?
Sir, yes, sir.
See, what are the conditions to be satisfied for a machine to connect to, for a generator to be connected to a grid? What are the conditions that are to be satisfied?
Mm, so, okay, I get them. Sir, like I can answer it like parallel operation of generator, uh,
Yeah. Is it
like
not parallel operation? Is it not
I
parallel
think
operation?
so. So it is like in infinite bus bar. You are talking about grid means infinite bus
Yes.
bar. So
Yes.
like relative phase displacement must be zero, and voltage must be equal. No phase shift. These are the conditions.
Okay. Fine. Let me give you feedback, Mr. Gupta. See, one
Yes, sir.
thing is, please give the answers. I can say like uh, professionally. Okay, not just casual answers. Okay, you have to think clearly, and your answer must be like you are attending an interview, right? That
Okay,
is
sir.
one thing. So the first question I asked is line isolator. What you said is correct. The purpose of line isolator is to increase the clearance under no load. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What is the why we are taking line isolator in the circuit breaker? See, circuit breaker also is giving clearance, but circuit breaker is unable
Yes,
to
sir.
give more clearance.
Yes,
Some
sir.
people may ask, sir, why can't we design a circuit breaker with more, I can say, clearance? Then size of the circuit breaker will increase, right? That's why you are
Yes,
going
sir.
for line isolator. Then
Yes.
I asked you what is electric field E. E is the electric field intensity, right?
Yes,
The,
sir.
the
Yes.
voltage per distance, per unit distance, per centimeter
Yes,
per
sir.
meter is called as electric field intensity E. The
Yes.
relay design has to be done for minimum fault current because it is the one which is going to detect the fault. Okay, so from very smallest possible fault current onwards, it has to recognize. If it is recognizing small amount of possible fault current, then obviously large amount of fault current also it is going to detect. It's a one which is going to detect the fault, right?
Yes, sir.
Next, why circuit breaker we have to design for what current rating circuit breaker has to be designed? Circuit breaker has to be designed for maximum amount of fault current. Why? Because circuit
Yes.
breaker has to deal with the current. What does it mean by dealing with the current? Circuit breaker has to open its contacts when the fault current is when maximum amount of fault current is flowing, right?
Yes, sir.
That's why circuit breaker has to be designed for maximum amount of fault current. Clear? Then
Yes, sir.
what is the difference between neutral, grounding, and earthing? See, neutral of a machine is connected to ground for providing the closed path for the fault currents.
Yes, sir.
If you are not doing so, then arcing grounds will happen. What does it mean by arcing ground in a generator is the healthy phase voltage will rise up to line voltage is called as arcing
Yes,
ground,
sir. Arcing
right?
ground. Yes, sir.
Next, why we are doing earthing for the purpose of safety, right? Earthing is done for equipment. Equipment body is connected to ground so that any fault currents or not fault currents, in fact, any hazardous current will be grounded, will flow to ground. That is the purpose of
Yes, sir.
grounding. Next, we are using synchronous generator because it's a constant speed generator. I can directly connect to the grid without having any equipment. But whereas in the I can say wind substation, wind generating station, not substation, I have to use induction generator. But why? Because as my mechanical input is not constant, it's not at constant speed. Definitely, I have to go with the induction generator. But how to connect induction generator to the grid? See, if you want to synchronize your induction generator to the grid, it is directly not possible. What I have to do is I have to convert this induction generator output to AC output to DC, then from DC to AC to the required frequency, to the required phase sequence, to the required voltage off grid. Then only parallel operation is possible, right?
Sorry sir, फिर से repeat कर दीजिएगा.
See, I'll repeat it. See, induction generator is there, its output is AC, but its output is not a constant output. Voltage is not constant. Why? Because in the induced EMF E is equal to 4.445 FT, where F is not constant. Why? Because speed is not constant, right? I can't directly connect to the grid. Then what I do is I'll convert that output of induction generator AC to DC.
Yes sir.
Then I convert that DC to AC by using inverter to the required voltage magnitude in the required phase sequence. Yes,
Okay, okay, okay.
with the required phase sequence and with the required frequency. If all these three match, then I will be able to connect to the grid. Clear?
Yes sir.
Yeah, that is one thing. These are the conditions to be satisfied for the parallel operation of machines,
Yes
right?
sir. Yes
Yeah.
sir.